the BMW. Right now it's just mocked in there. I don't have a clutch. I have a cam to put in it, different heads. I'm gonna take it out of the car, throw it on the engine stand. This whole area is all cleaned up. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
So comfortable with you. I feel like
I come home. Well, it all sounds sort of funny, but it hurts too much to laugh. I'm telling you, they have made a mistake, cause it adds up to more this cowboy makes. Without love, I'm all machine. Without love, I am an island. Got it.
I just ripped the heads off of it and gave it like a really quick kind of wipe down just to see what I'm working with. And all the pistons are in one piece. So that's good because I have not looked inside this motor yet. I did want to say a huge thank you to Tracy because she made me this Ralph's Garage t-shirt and I love it. So thanks, Tracy. You're awesome. And until next time, see you later.
3 weeks later.
I got a couple minutes free, so I'm gonna keep working on tearing down the LS. I got heads off, valley cover off. I'm gonna go ahead and take the crank pulley off, and for that we're gonna need a puller. So I got this guy, OEM Tools Harmonic Balancer Puller Kit. It's a 24 mil. Let's see if I can do this. Oh man, that was really tight. It's hot. Should be able to zap it off now that I got it moving. Bam! There we go. There it goes, just before the phone or the camera battery dies. Right, I never pulled an LS cam either. Yeah, the retainer plate we're gonna go ahead and replace. Yeah, these are pretty important oil seals here. Internal engine oil seals. That smells like burnt oil. Gotta love these truck motors. This is sort of a truck motor, LM4. This motor came out of a Buick Rainier. I know some friends of mine would not count that as a truck. So you just gotta get her. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So I had one lifter in this that was messed up on the top side. The roller was fine, but the push rod was all worn away. So the cam looks okay. I mean, it's definitely got some miles on it, but nothing really wrong with it. Anyway, we're not going to be using this cam. We have ourselves old sloppy stage 2 cam over here. Let's slam the sloppy stage 2 in here. I'm going to put oil on it. I'm going to be fancy. This is Clevitt bearing guards. Basically, it's just assembly lube. Oh yeah, nice and thick. That ought to do it. Let's just schmooze it in a little bit. This is good stuff. Okay, so you just feed her on in there, and you just carefully, you know, fuck up your cam bearings and you'll be fine. Not hard to do it at all. Put a little more lube on this last one. Alright, let's feed her on in there. There it is. I now have a cammed LS. I got a new cover there. Got this one from ICT Billet. And it came with some hardware, so I'm going to use this. Should be an oil seal on the back of here. Yeah, so let's take a look at this real quick. Alright, so here's the old one, and you can see right here there's no, it's completely flat, seal's totally worn out. And then let's take a look at the new one. The new one, you can see it's like raised. So these are good to replace. Make sure you get a new one of these. Bam. Okay, apparently I don't have a star bit to fit in this, but I got a flathead that fits perfect in there. I'm going to get it on with that. I'm also using a little bit of Loctite. It'll be fine. I'm going to buy a set of those and torque them with a torque wrench, but they're tight for now. Decided to paint the block. Just sorry to the one getting these heads, but I'm using them kind of like just so I don't have to tape off the cylinder heads. Anyway, just gonna paint it. Probably, at least say I put a blanket. Yeah, I'm terrible at this. I'll probably regret this decision. Yeah, so I'll just let that dry overnight or for a week or something. But I think it's gonna look pretty good. How's it going, guys? It's a couple days later. It's actually probably a couple weeks later. Getting back to the LS assembly, I guess is what I'm at, the stage I'm at now. I didn't have, where's it at? I didn't have the right big enough torques. So that I could torque the cam plate cover. So I picked up this Tecton Set T45. I'm on jegs.com and they have a tech article called LS Engine Specs. You can just Google that, and this pretty much gives me all the torque specs, everything I need for the engine, like these cams. So let's see what these cam cover. Cam retainer bolts, they are 18 foot-pounds. Let's go ahead and dial that in, get them torqued. 18 foot-pounds. That's done. And this is an LM4 aluminum 5.3 from a Buick Rainier, and it's one of the few LS platforms that doesn't have the dipstick provisions drilled into the block. Most of the other ones just have plugs in them, and you can just bang the plugs out with a punch and you're good to go. The F-body oil pan does not have provisions for dipstick, so we have to go in through the block. Block's not drilled, so we gotta drill it. I haven't found anyone that's shown, like, you know, drilling this. I kind of searched for it. I didn't see anybody doing it, so I'm going to bring you guys in closer and I'll show you exactly where to drill. So this is the front of the motor. It's upside down. So this would be the American passenger side. You can kind of see there's like a you know, provision here where it goes. It's pretty obvious that this is where it goes. So I just have to drill through here. Bam. The size, I kind of measured the dipstick, the edge, and then I gave a little wiggle room for an O-ring, and I got a 3/8 drill bit. I believe this will be the right one. I'm gonna bore through with a smaller bit to start. There's like a perfect little shelf right there where the dipstick goes. I'm about to drill a hole in my block. Here we go. Whoa, timber. Oh man, that's just got a whole lot harder because I just broke a drill bit. I gotta charge a battery. So while the battery charges, I'm gonna cover the bottom of the intake manifold in that gold heat foil stuff. You know, this fancy space technology. Not really, but I'm gonna do that. Bam, right there. All right, that took 23 minutes. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good though. Not that it's going to be seen because obviously this intake manifold's upside down, but I tried to make it look neat on the back. And you just get a little peek of it. Let's see how the battery's looking. Hopefully it goes well. Let's put a little lube in there. I mean, I am going through. Ah, you gotta be kidding me. I broke another drill bit. Luckily, I got a hole all the way through. Maybe, hopefully, I can sneak this punch in here. And yeah, here we go. Yeah. Work that bad boy off in there. Alright, so waiting on battery to charge over there. So I'm just gonna keep rolling with something here just to make some progress tonight, because that is taking a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take. And the fact that I only have one battery right now is killing me. Now what I'm gonna do is just get the cam sprocket on. I pretty much already have the cam where it needs to be. I'm gonna make sure that my crank, it looks like it is. I feel like that's off a tooth. Yeah, that's better. I'm gonna throw a little bit of Loctite on these guys. Put a little bit on the threads. Let's look up the torque for these Johnnies. 26, there it goes. See if we can do this without turning the motor. Oh, and also, man, to note, I threw a little assembly lube on the back side of the cam sprocket, where it can, where it rides on that plate. I don't know if you need to do that or not, but it seemed like, why not? No, I broke like a fifth drill bit. Oh my god. That thing was deep in there. It's almost ready to poke through. This is my final size. Oh, this battery situation is killing me. While the battery charges, I'm going to clean up the mating surface for the head. I really could probably put the lifters in, in the lifter trays, but I'll clean it up. The battery needs to charge on the GoPro, so I'm going to have that plugged in while I clean this up. And once you guys are all juiced back up, I'll bring you back in. Ladies and gentlemen, I have, for the most part, cleaned the gasket surfaces for the top of the motor, at least. While the drill charges, I'm still messing with this dipstick hole. In the meantime, I've just been doing some small stuff. I put the valley cover on. I'm gonna put the lifters in with the trays. I can't put this on because I don't have this gasket. I don't know how I missed that, but I did not purchase that, so I have to buy that tomorrow. Kind of doing this stuff up here now. We're all the way through, but we almost threw out the final size. Anyway, so I'm gonna time lapse putting the lifter trays in and all that. So see ya. Alright guys, I got some great news. I was finally able to drill that hole out. It's good to go. I'll probably run some RTV on the dipstick just to be safe. In the meantime, I did get the driver's side head on. So, now that I'm done the oil pan, I want to flip it and, or done drilling, I want to flip it. I want to get the windage tray, the off-body pickup, and the oil pan on, and then I'll flip it back over and do the other head. Torque these? I don't know. I feel like I can just kind of send it. I think this holds the, just lubed up the O-ring there. I have a little upgrade piece for a lot of my stuff. ICT billet. Pickups only use one bolt hole, so this is like a bridge that goes across and allows you to use both of the bolt holes that are in the pump there. I will absolutely recommend using Loctite on these. Just seems like it's a really important bolt, you know? Now we can zap that. Windage tray, pickup ICT billet, pickup reinforcement jobber, I guess. Now we can throw the oil pan on. This one has gasket on it. There's a little bit of oil in it because I had it used for mock-up. So let's start this puppy. Alright guys, it's the next day. The camera kind of stopped recording on me. SD card filled up. My fault. But all I did was I covered the engine, just put these on here. I installed the knock sensors, installed the rockers. I think that's the only thing that I didn't record. I did go to the store and pick up a timing cover and a new front seal. So I'm going to go ahead and get that installed. We'll start off with that. I'm gonna loosen the oil pan. I just zapped it on with the gun. So I'm gonna start with that. We'll get this cover installed and we'll see where we end up. Yeah. All right. What do we need? We need to open this guy. We're done with that. So now we're gonna. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pop a new seal in the front of this here. Prop this up with. Bam, here goes the old one. Throw that away. And then you got your new one. That's gonna go right in there. Clean out the bore real quick. And I'm gonna take a little bit of oil. And I'm just gonna lube it up. So this indented side is going to go in, so you should see like a full face here. If you have like a circle or something that would be the right size, that would be perfect. But what I can do to try and get it in there pretty straight is to use a hammer like that, and then you can tap the handle of the hammer and then you just rotate. Just go around. There it goes. It's in. Perfect, perfect. Let me see if I can find the rest of these bolts. So I'm just going to zap them a little bit tighter with the old zapper. So apparently they say that you shouldn't tighten this cover until you get your crank pulley in. And I'm going to do that because why not? It seems to be the thing to do, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave this loose. This is totally loose. It's just kind of free floating, although it can't move much really. But anyway, I'll get the crank pulley on now. I'll bring you with me. I got to dig into the parts pile. Unless, oh, never mind. I moved the parts pile. This is what I'm looking for right here. This is F-body damper or crank pulley, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna set you guys up with a little better camera view for this. All right, so I got our new crank pulley. I went and got my torch. I'm gonna heat the this portion of the crank pulley up, and then we're gonna slam it on the motor, and hopefully we can get it in there all the way. So I'm just gonna heat this up. I guess that's on. I don't know if that's on all the way. Alright, so crank pulley's on, I guess. I don't know if this is on all the way. I don't know. It's like, looks like it could go more, but it doesn't move anymore, so I'm just gonna let it roll where it's at. I'm gonna clean up a little bit and get organized, and I'll be right back. So now I'm gonna tighten cover bolts, and then I'm going to flip it over and tighten the oil pan. I also want to, I think I'm going to want to switch to one of these O-rings here on the oil pickup tube. The one that I put in there felt kind of like it wasn't a super snug fit, so I'm going to try some of these and see which one of these fits better. I want a nice oil seal on my oil pickup for sure. That's how you kill a motor real quick. So yeah, I'm not gonna torque these, I'm just gonna zap them in with the gun. They'll be fine. Let's flip this thing over. Woo, she flips over pretty strong when they got heads on it. Alright, I'm gonna pull the oil pan off. Pop these bolts off the pickup. Yeah, I mean, the O-ring actually stayed. The little timing cover kit actually came with some O-rings, and I'm pretty sure this one's the same as the black one. It looks like the blue and the black. So I think I want to go with this green one. I'll lube it up real nice, but yeah, I think I want to go with the green one. Looks like way beefier. Let's see if I can get it in there. Yeah, I think that's a good snug fit. I like that. I don't know what the torque on this is either. I'm gonna go pretty firm. That's my torque. My torque is pretty firm torque. I'm gonna put a little RTV on the corners here, and then we're gonna put this oil pan back on. Actually, I need to zap this. This is really just where the gaps are in the panels here. $18 foot-pounds. All right, oil pan's on. Bam. Now I'm going to gonna go ahead and throw valve covers on. We gotta put gasket in here. Had earlier, and I put all the new little rubber Johnny Johns there. All right, now I'm gonna slap the water pump on. Got the gasket on the back side there. Got the gasket on the floor now. Jesus. This is what happens when you try and film stuff. I could have had this motor built weeks ago. Okay, water pump and gaskets. Alright, now I'm going to throw the little steam port jobbers on. This is probably not going to be what I'm going to end up running. I don't know much about this steam system, but the stock truck motor had these blanks that go in the back. From my understanding, that's not good, so I'm just going to put them on. Okay, what should we do next? I don't really know. I could put the intake manifold on, but I know I have to take that off. So, you know, to put the engine in the car. Let's do the accessories. I have this kit that I got from ICT Billet. Pretty sure that's where I got it from. Let me unbag all the parts here. This is the alternator. So it says to use this bracket here to drill this hole. You know, use this as a lineup. But if you look, I got lucky. I actually have, I think it's here, yeah. So I have an aluminum block, so I already have this drilled and tapped. Otherwise, I'd have to drill and tap that using this template. I don't have to do that, so that's cool. That works out in my favor, you know. Today we're drinking 8 and Sand coffee porter. It's pretty delicious. So it looks like this goes here. Long bolt going through here. I guess it goes something like that, huh? Look at that. Wow. Okay, so this goes in the back. Oh, we're going to need another spacer back there. Look at that. So the idler goes here on this guy. Got an alternator. All right, power steering now. We didn't have any leftover parts from that. That's good. Yeah, it looks like this thing's gonna screw on here. Something like that. So this is an F-body power steering pump. It's gonna go in here like this. And this bracket, John's gonna go over it. So let's do that. Little spacer goes in the back here. Bam! It's looking good. I want to see if my crank pulley's all the way down. I mean, that's pretty good. I got this pulley to go on here, but I don't have the bolt actually that goes on here. I wish it would have came with one. I don't know what size that is. I'll have to get a bolt for that, but for now. I don't even need a belt on that thing now. Well, I mean, that's it for the accessories. I'm only running the power steering pump and an alternator. I could probably, well, I definitely could make air conditioning work. But for me, it's not worth the effort. I'll just, I'll roll with the windows down. So, let's throw the intake manifold on and see what it looks like. Alright guys, the LS is all put together, ready to go in the BMW. A couple small things that I'll take care of. I'll get the bolt for this power steering pump. But I want to thank you for sticking around. Next video, I'm going to be turning the BMW around. I'm going to push it in, and we're going to prepare the engine bay and get it ready to accept the engine. So stay tuned, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Drop me a comment. Let me know that you're watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see you later. Goodbye.